The Declarations of the Rights of Man and Citizen, August 26, 1789. The representatives of the French people, constituted as a National Assembly, and considering that ignorance, neglect, or contempt of the rights of man are the sole causes of public misfortunes and governmental corruption, have resolved to set forth in a solemn declaration the natural, inalienable, and sacred rights of man, so that by being consistently present in all of the members of the social body, this declaration may always remind them of their rights and duties, so that by being liable at every moment to comparison with the aim of any and all political institutions, the acts of the legislative and executive powers may be the more fully respected, and so that by founding henceforth on simple and inconsistible principles, the demands of the citizens may always tend toward maintaining the Constitution and the general welfare. In consequence, the National Assembly recognizes and declares, in the presence and under the auspices of the Supreme Being, the following rights of man and the citizen. Article 1. Men are born and remain free and equal in rights. Social distinctions may be based only on common utility. Article 2. The purpose of all political association is the preservation of the natural and imprescriptible rights of man. These rights are liberty, property, security, and resistance to oppression. Article 3. The principle of all sovereignty rests essentially in the nation. No body and no individual may exercise authority which does not emanate expressively from the nation. Article 4. Liberty consists in the ability to do whatever does not harm another. Hence the exercise of the natural rights of each man has no other limits than those which assure to other members of society the enjoyment of the same rights. These limits can only be determined by the law. Article 5. The law only has the right to prohibit those actions which are injurious to society. No hindrance should be put in the way of anything not prohibited by the law, nor may anyone be forced to do what the law does not require. Article 6. The law is the expression of the general will. All citizens have the right to take part, in person or by representatives, in this formation. It must be the same for everyone, whether it protects or penalizes. All citizens, being equal in its eyes, are equally admissible to all public dignities, offices, and employments, according to their ability, and with no other distinction than that of their virtues and talents. Article 7. No man may be indicted, arrested, or detained, except in cases determined by the law and according to the forms which it has prescribed. Those who seek, expedite, execute, or cause to be executed arbitrary orders should be punished, but citizens summoned or seized by virtue of the law should obey instantly, and not render themselves guilty by resistance. Article 8. Only strict and obviously necessary punishments may be established by the law, and no one may be punished except by the virtue of a law established and promulgated before the time of the offense and legally applied. Article 9. Every man being presumed innocent until judged guilty, if it is deemed indispensable to arrest him, all rigor unnecessary to secure his person should be severely repressed by the law. Article 10. No one should be disrupted for his opinions, even in religion, provided that their manifestations does not trouble public order as established by law. Article 11. The free communication of thoughts and opinions is one of the most precious of the rights of man. Every citizen may therefore speak, write, and print freely, if he accepts his own responsibility for any abuse of his liberty in the cases set by the law. Article 12. The safeguard of the rights of man and the citizen requires public powers. These powers are therefore instituted on the advantage of all, and not for the private benefit of those to whom they are entrusted. Article 13. For maintenance of public authority and for expenses of administration, common taxation is indispensable. It should be apportionated equally among all the citizens according to their capacity to pay. Article 14. All citizens have the right, by themselves or through their representatives, to have demonstrated to them the necessity of public taxes, to consent to them freely, to follow the use made by the proceeds, and to determine the means of apportionment, assessment, and collection, and the duration of them. Article 15. Society has the right to hold accountable every public agent of the administration. Article 16. Any society in which the guarantee of rights is not assured, or the separation of powers not settled, has no constitution. Article 17. Property being an inviolable and sacred right, no one may be deprived of it except when public necessity, certified by law, obviously requires it, and on the condition of a just compensation in advance.